Welcome to Bloodstock TV 2024. We are kicking off this weekend's interviews with the one and only Tailgunner. How are you guys? Very welcome to have you on our sofa today. How are you all doing?
We're good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, excellent. So this is your first time playing at Bloodstock. How has the anticipation been prior to today, I guess?
Yeah, I think we've been looking forward to this one for a year since I think we had it in the books like this time last year. So it's been getting closer and closer, and
ticking away.
yeah, now it's actually we just can't wait to get on the stage and blow people away.
Do you know, just been hearing so much about your band for the longest period of time. You are, I would say, one of the most kind of talked about underground bands in the UK at the moment. And the latest album, Guns for Hire, like the reviews were absolutely killer. Did that take you kind of by surprise, or were you confidently like, yeah, fuck it, it's a great album anyway? Obviously,
I think.
Were you surprised with it?
It's always an awkward one, because if I sit here and say, yeah, we were fully expecting all these incredible reviews, then you sound like a prick. But if I say, well, we weren't expecting anything at all, then it looks like we weren't confident in it being a good record. So no, we were surprised at how well it sold, and I mean, some of the things people were saying, like, it was just crazy, you know. But we just sort of do what we do, and you don't know when you feel like you've made a good album, but you don't know until you put it out there. And
yeah,
we didn't expect things to pick up so quick. Like, we only been
because it really did. The momentum just really kind of just took hold. Yeah. It's like a kind of wildfire almost. With the previous album, so Crash Dive was 2022, and the previous stuff before that, like, what was it, do you think, that was different about this album? Because
so Guns for Hire, it is Crash Dive. It's Crash Dive was half of the tracks from Guns for Hire.
Okay.
We just put that out to get our names into the press before the debut landed, but it's all exactly the same, to be honest.
Okay, clever. Okay, so bringing back that new wave of British heavy metal sound, it's absolutely refreshing to see, and it just shows that it is so loved. You know, even though we've got all these subgenres that's taken the metal genre off into all these mad different directions, but like, do you feel like when you were putting everything together, like the band, starting it off, and you'd made that decision, this is obviously what you love to do, was there any kind of apprehension about saying, like, we're bringing this old school metal sound back, and it's kind of, I don't want to say it's been put to the wayside, but it's been kind of overshadowed by other genres within metal. But like, was it just from day one, we are fucking doing this, it's in our veins, this is what we're doing?
Yeah, all of us, we all know, we grew up with that kind of music, you know, being brought up with Maiden, Judas Priest, Sabbath. It's metal how we like it, and we wouldn't have done it any other way. Tom especially created the band that we all wanted to be in, and this is it. So what you get, Tailgunner.
Yeah. So I always say it wasn't a conscientious thing. We didn't sort of sit down and go, we're going to play classic heavy metal, or we're going to play metalcore, or we're going to do this or that. It's like, we weren't into the current stuff growing up. I mean, the age we are, it's probably like emo and that kind of era when we were kids, and like, we just never paid any attention to that from day one. For all of us, it was Maiden, Priest, Dio, Motorhead, and that's sort of just what we went and did.
And was it your parents and stuff were listening to that music, and that's just where you picked it up?
Yeah, for me it was, yeah.
Yeah, so I had my mum's partner brought me up early age, showing me all the classic Maiden, Priest, Nwobhm stuff. So yeah, that's a massive influence. Fantastic.
And then, question about writing. Obviously, are you one of those bands that you avoid listening to any of the, you know, like, we're going to sit down, we're just going to blast out some old Priest and Maiden just to spark it up, and then, or do you kind of say, no, don't want to listen to anything in writing mode, in case you subliminally get influenced? You know what I'm saying, where you get influenced by
I think we don't make an effort to not listen to something specific, but what we did with this record, people probably won't believe this, but we went through a period in the pre-production before we went to the studio of making sure nothing was too kind of on the nose with the Maiden thing, because obviously they're a huge influence band called Tailgunner, but there's no gallops on our album and that kind of thing. It was like, we wanted to do something where, okay, yeah, they clearly love Maiden, they clearly love Priest, but nothing is too on the nose, you know,
Yeah.
reminiscent without being just like a rip-off, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, very good. So what is, we're at Bloodstock now, we're coming to, I mean, even though we're in August, we are coming to essentially the end of summer, if you can call it that. But what are we looking at for the last quarter of 2024 and more importantly into 2025?
So this is the first date of this leg of the tour for us.
Sure.
Straight after this, we go to Germany, near Munich, playing a big open-air festival there. Then we come straight back to the UK, like an 11 or 12-hour drive. And then we've got a tour with Armoured Saint, like 4 dates with Armoured Saint. And then that finishes on the 17th in London. On the 18th, we go to Cardiff. And then we've got 4 dates with KK's Priest, Wales, Ireland. And then we end at Stone Dead Festival with Saxon and Doro, KK's Priest again. So it's going to be a good 3 weeks.
And then into next year, nothing as of yet.
So yeah, we keep touring. This album tour started October last year, and we'll go up until the end of November. Okay. So there's some things in the diary for next year, but we'll make those announcements sort of a bit further down the line.
And have you been writing new stuff and messing around with ideas?
Yeah, we've got majority of the album written.
Oh, very good.
We've kind of collaborated more together on this one. Like we've met up a few times, just jammed songs there, and they just kind of came to fruition right there and then. So I think we have 10, 11 songs.
Jesus. Okay.
It's just getting the studio time now to get in there and do the little final touches. What we need, what we don't need, trim the fat on some bits.
So would it be right in saying then that, like, there will be a new album next year?
Yes.
There you go. Excellent stuff.
Exclusive.
Yeah, there you go. New Tailgunner album 2025. Just finally, guys, you reamed off a bunch of bands there that you're playing with. Obviously, you're playing at Bloodstock and you're on the Sophie Lancaster stage, sharing the stage with some really awesome bands tonight, like Hell Ripper, South Salem, Evergrey, Acid Age. Fantastic bands. Quite an eclectic sort of lineup, I have to say. As with, you know, you're doing stuff with Doro and Saxon, and like when you go out there and you're playing with bands in a kind of an eclectic setting like that, and you know that there's an audience out there that may not be, you know, familiar with what you do, and it's slightly left field of what you normally play. Do you go out there with a kind of a different mindset as like, okay, this is a challenge, we got to win these people over?
I think. Go on.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the energy we bring to the live performance, even if you don't like the traditional heavy metal stuff, come and see us live, and you'll see the show that we put on. You know,
we always give 110%, no matter what. Yeah.
If we can make people bang their head, get the fists in the air, whatever, that's
I think
that's what we aim to do.
There's so much energy when we play that we can play with, you know, a band like Hell Ripper or speed thrash, even black metal bands, and feel like we can sort of compete on that level of stuff because we're quite. Although what we play is obviously more classic and not as heavy, I guess, as other stuff, we deliver it in a way that it's really like in your face. So we always feel like we can go out and sort of compete with those bands.
Absolutely, that's what we like. Okay, well, listen, thanks for stopping by, and best of luck with everything going forward. And for anyone out there, you gotta just check out Tailgunner. It's face ripping, awesome, fucking old school, but in a contemporary now today music that is just gonna rearrange your face. So get on it and do it. Tailgunner, thank you very much.
Cheers.
TV.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.